My name's Daniel Nickson. I'm a filmmaker, originally from England, but studying at Columbia University Film School. And I directed a short film called Dear Mother that's just gone through the ASCAP workshop.
My name is Ariel Marx. I am a freelance composer in New York City, finishing my master's degrees at NYU, a Master of Music.
In the first two classes that we had together, we were introduced to Composer Spotlight. I think if I recall, there was around about 35 composers on there for us to choose from.
On the films that I've worked on with lower budgets, it's been a task and a puzzle to create a rich sound with a limited number of musicians. So it becomes a creative process in trying to figure out what would be the best instruments that would suit the score, and how to create the richest sound you can get with smaller instruments. In today's composing environment, a lot of composers have access to professional sounding libraries, and it's very easy to combine live recorded instruments with electronic samples, which is one of the techniques we've used on this score, in addition to the 12-piece orchestra we had today.
I think something that was really striking for me was coming into it. I had just a fear that the process was going to go in a way where I wasn't going to have sort of control of it, and I was going to be pulled in a direction that I didn't think the film should go in, and that was I was afraid of that. But actually coming into it, I very quickly realized that the people running the workshop, they understand the film that you've made, and they're very sensitive to sort of the ideas that you have, and they're supportive of like making sure that you get what the film needs, like what is best for it, rather than sort of forcing your hand or like making you make decisions that you're not too comfortable with. It was a very like collaborative and easygoing and like productive experience.
I think even with directors with musical experience and vocabulary, it's often the most clear when we dive into the story narratively, instead of talking very specifically musically, because it's so the narrative, the emotion, the character arcs are the core of what the composer is aiming to complement, and it's best to have just kind of talk, for me, best to talk really narratively and emotionally, and then from there pick the instrumentation and deal with and pick the mood and the tone. And I think oftentimes it was really helpful for us to listen to music and see what Daniel responded to, music that wasn't my own. I sent a lot of music to Daniel and tested to see what he and his producer responded to, and even words like sentimental or too dark or too happy means such different things to people, and there are different instruments that we felt differently about, and so it was really most helpful to really just listen and develop a language through both discussing narratively and also just how we respond to listening to things.